Okay, so this is a practice, and I'm going to practice my lecture for tomorrow. So I want to show them Ox Learning. Okay, so on our first one, so we have a sample in which members of the population are divided into groups similar to that population. Okay, now I should have you should have written out the reading assignment before we start this. Otherwise, if you don't do the reading assignment, then it's gonna, well, that's 30 points of your grade plus. It's very, this section's a lot harder than the next one, okay? Now, if you don't have the reading assignment handy, you can always go to Tutor and you're gonna see the definitions here. Okay. So let's go back to our practice. A sample in which members of the population are divided into groups that are similar to the population. So what does that look like? A sample in which, yep, looks like it's cluster sample right here. So we're going to choose that, but the thing is we're gonna have to remember this when we get to certify. Submit my answer, and yay, I did good. Now on the next one, we have a sample in which members of the population are divided into 2 or more groups that share similar characteristics. So the one that has similar characteristics, okay, looks like stratified sample, a sample in which members, okay, let's go back, and stratified sample would be that one. Okay. Now, these are the ones that talk about a population parameter. So the difference between a parameter and a statistic. Let's review over that. Population versus a sample, okay? So a population represents the whole group, or a sample is part of the group. You know about what the sample is, okay? You don't know exactly everything about the population. So in other words, if you looked at the population of every student at OCCC, you may not have time to look at any statistics based on that entire population, but if you can take a subset of that, it might be representative of the entire population. I don't know if I'm explaining this well. Okay, so the population parameter, basically I've done this over and over before. Here the dog owners are a sample. Children with cancer, that's a sample. Look at the ones where we think we have a sample, and I believe it's that one here. Oh, try again, dadgummit. Okay. Maybe it's this one, I can't remember. Oh wait, parameter. Parameter describes something of the population. There, it's this last one. Okay. 67% of all instructors teach 2 or more classes. Our population are the instructors at a local university. We don't have a sample. We know that 67% teach 2 or more classes. So I believe it's this one right here. 4 scenarios are given. Decide which study uses a population parameter. Estimated 15% don't use the internet. Okay, I guess Lakeside Dentistry would be the sample. I know this is a sample here. She interviewed 84 people, so I'm going to go with this one. Yay. And a politician who wants to survey his constituents. He's not concerned with finding a representative sample, and which is to get a result. Okay, he wants to be something to be random or convenient. Do I see convenience? Yeah, that's it. And okay, this is the one that the chair selects 10 of 30 sections offered. And I believe that is no, it's systematic, I think. Let's try again, darn it. Okay, English department is interested in overall performance. Okay, he selects 10 of the 30 sections and calculates the average final grade for each of those. I think that's just, see if we can figure out what the error is. Let's get a hint and see. Well, I don't know if it's convenient, as he just selects 10, systematic, cluster. I guess if he selects 10, that would be some sort of a cluster or a group. So let's go back and try cluster sampling, see if this works. And there we got it. Okay. And on this one, decide which uses a sample statistic. A sample statistic is it's when a sample, which is a group of the population, something is a statistic based on that particular subset of the population. So the National Institute of Pediatric Dentistry reports 42% of children have one cavity. 15% don't know, that's not it. Oh wait, maybe it's this one. 1,000 of the participants, okay, were interviewed. Okay, so here's a sample definitely. I think this is it. And then on this one, you have to find the population sample and parameter or statistic. So the difference between a parameter and a sample statistic is a parameter talks about the entire population, where the sample statistic is talking about the particular sample from that population. Here we have a poll of employees. Okay, so our population would be all the employees. We're looking at the 1,215 polled. So it's got to be either this one or this one. The average price of cars owned by those sampled. Okay, it's talking about that particular sample, so that's a sample statistic. But try again. What did I do? Ah, shit. I got the wrong one. It's this one right here. There we go. Alrighty. We're almost done with this crap. 4 scenarios, decide which uses a sample statistic. Okay. Lakeside reported 6 of the 15 patients who came in for regular cleaning one day, so that would be a sample. So this uses a sample statistic. And let's see, this one, the English department is interested in overall performance of the entry-level course. Okay, department chair selects 10 students' final grades from each of the 30 sections. I guess we did the same problem before, and I thought that was a cluster. I'll try again. Is that random? This one always trips me up. Convenience. Systematic. Stratified. I swear I saw the same question with a different answer earlier. And EPA needs to test the concentration of a substance in 10 samples. Okay. There are 6 districts, each within 10 testing sites. The districts have very similar qualities, with none appearing very different than the region as a whole. I better get a tutor, because the stratified and cluster, stratified is which, okay, cluster sample, one chosen, dividing population groups, each similar to the entire population. I think it's cluster. All right, I think I'm about there. Thank goodness. So as you can see that this is going to be an ordeal. 8.2 is so much easier. I don't want to certify. I'll wait for later on that. But I'm going to stop this. And I'm going to end this. And I'm going to end